First of all, let me ask you, Bello, you are a scholar in political science and you're also Islam. Do you have a significant contribution to this conversation, or do you have a question for your sheikh?
Not necessarily a question, but then aside the chapters of Quran he has mentioned, I would have been very happy if he could cite historical precedent, because quite very interesting. Islam ruled India for almost a century, but then Muslims and the Hindus actually living together. The language almost is similar, just that because of the faith, the Hindus speak Hindi and then the Muslims speak Urdu. But only the advent of British colonial rule that created division. So to make it look like Muslims are becoming, I think the intolerance of Muslims today is as a result of modernity and misconception of the faith. So can he cite a very specific incident, perhaps, if not by act of the Prophet himself, maybe any of the companions who actually built a place of worship? Historically, that can be true. I think that would just end.
No, he didn't build. Chief Imam is not building, he's contributing.
As in contributing. But even can he cite an act or any action of past Muslim rulers? Because even some part of Europe today was part of Ottoman Empire. And the Ottoman sultans were so benevolent that they allowed people to worship. So if that historical, what you call links can be actually established for people to go and check, I think you have a better understanding of.
Okay, so do you understand his concern?
In fact, I want to recommend this book to Vinny. I don't know whether it can come on the Google. People can Google and got the Muslim relations with Christian, Jews, and others. Association, dissociation, kindness, justice, and compassion. I want to recommend this book to anyone who might be interested. Maybe on the net, it's possible you can get it. It was printed by the Dawa Institute of Nigeria. I find it very useful. And in this book, I just want to, with your permission, Paul, if you allow me, just to give an indication of how even the companions who became leaders after the Prophet, dealt with such matters. In one of the, this one says, this spirit can be seen in display in the letter of the first caliph of Islam. That's Abu Bakr. That's the one who came first after the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. To the non-Muslims of Nigeria, these are Christians.
Yeah.
And in this letter, it says, in the name of God, the beneficent, the merciful, this is the written statement of God's slave, Abu Bakr, the successor of Muhammad, the prophet and messenger of God. He affirms for you the rights of your protected neighbor in yourselves, your lands, your religious community, your wealth, retainers, your servants, those of you who are present or abroad, your bishops, your monks, your monasteries, and all that you own, be it great or small, you shall not be deprived of any of it, and shall have full control of it. And then the second caliph, in a similar vein, also writes, that was at the time they were then the leaders of the then Muslim community. This is the security given by the slave of God, Umar bin Khattab, the commander of the faithful, to the people of Ilya, that is the people of Ilya somewhere around Jerusalem. They are guaranteed the security in their persons, possessions, churches, crucifixes, and anyone within, whether sick or in good health, as well as everyone in their community. Their churches will not be occupied or demolished, nor will anything be taken from them, neither furnishings, nor crucifixes, or money. They will not be forced away from their religion and harmed because of it. There are others, it continues. These are precedents. For me, these are precedents. That is why, and these
are precedents of Islam supporting the construction of the church.
Not necessarily, but guaranteeing the protection. You see it? And that is the spirit in which the chief imam did what he did. He's not saying, I'm now going to support building of, what do you call it?
Churches.
Churches in the country, national cathedral. But once Christian community leaders have come to him, they did not also beg him that we have come to you, so, chief imam, look for money for us, and so on and so forth. But out of his own spirit of gesture and kindness, he decided, look, you have respected me, shown me this kind of love, and so on and so forth. So my symbolic gesture in reciprocation to what respect you have given me is to do this.
But that's the whole point, because symbolic gesture is not 50,000 cities.
Oh,
It's $9,000.
that's why I said that just make the mathematics of it. The mathematics of it is what is most important here.
Okay, so the
Yeah.
tokenism of it will show in the percentage of the total.
Exactly.
Okay, so this is a, what, is it, 100 million project?
I think we should lift our minds and make a better discourse by lifting our minds above the amount.
Mr. Bello, are you satisfied
Yes.
with the examples that have been given? Sure. You are satisfied with it? Okay, so that ends Bello's conversation.